And we welcome you into the show and into the BetMGM studio. He's Mike McCoy. I'm Taylor Zarzer. Titans 31, Cleveland Browns 29. Coach, I could see it in your face and in your voice when you addressed your team in the locker room afterwards. So good to feel a victory.
Well, there's nothing like winning in the NFL, and it's not easy. But I just feel it's an unbelievable feeling for the players, everyone in the organization. Everybody works so hard. There's been the ups and downs of the year, but just to finally go out there and get the win, what it means to this team, it's just such a great feeling. So happy for everybody involved.
And it wasn't fluky. It wasn't like one part of the game you dominated or you had a ton of turnovers or Cleveland found a way to lose it. Complementary football in every single phase.
Great example of complementary football. Just the offense feeding off, the 2 turnovers, the block kick, getting 17 points off of that. Just a great team effort, and that's what it's all about. Guys feeding off of each other, making plays, in all 3 phases. So it was great to see for 4 quarters there.
You and I have been talking all season about the development of a young team and all the reps that young players get, and that's great. But is there anything better for a young player than winning a football game?
No, that's what it's all about. And I think they have some great veterans. And through the past couple weeks when you're struggling, not winning those games, you're right there, but you're not winning them. And you hear them talk up and speak up in meetings or after a game in the locker room, things like that. And it's a great example for the young guys to learn that it's not easy to win in this business, but it's just to build off of that. Now that's the thing we got to do now is start stacking games up and start stacking wins together.
Well, one of those veterans that you just talked about had a career day. Tony Pollard had 161 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns, one of which a 65-yarder, the longest run of his career.
What a great game. It's just so happy for Tony, the way he works week in and week out, and he had an opportunity, to carry the ball a number of times in the game, and it paid off for us. What the offensive line, the receivers, tight ends, everyone involved in the running game did an outstanding job and gave him that opportunity. You see Van just downfield on that big explosive run. Trying to get in 21's way and continue just to follow him, shadow him in so Tony could score, but a great effort by everyone involved.
All right, so you talked about the running game. What about the passing game, Coach? Cam Ward, 2 touchdown passes for the first time in his career. How did he play?
Did a nice job. It was going to be a challenge. Obviously with Myles Garrett out there, one of the best pass rushers, the sack leader of the NFL, the challenge that we had with all the man coverages, the pressures they like to bring. So we knew there was going to be some ups and downs in the passing game because of the pressures and tight man coverage and tight window throws. But for him to throw those 2 touchdown passes, what a great way to play the game and to get off to a fast start. That was one of the things we talked about against this team, was going in and having success that opening drive, getting the touchdown. What a great play. It was a perfect time. Myles came out of the game. That was one of the first plays you had to asterisk on your call sheet. We called it, worked. And then the next touchdown, what a great job Van did to get a little pick to open up Chim on the flat to be a touchdown play. So very happy with the way they executed the passing game.
A rookie throwing 2 touchdowns, rookies catching both of those touchdowns, Elic, Ayomanor, and Chim Dike. You've mentioned Myles Garrett a couple times already. Pretty much neutralized him, Coach. He only had 4 tackles in the game. Why? How did the Titans do such a good job with that?
A great running game that we committed to going into this game plan, knowing, hey, listen, we have to run the football. Against a team like this that pressures the quarterback with the best pass rusher in the league coming at you, and then always in the pass, when you're going to drop back and pass it, you always have to have someone next to him. And I think, there's a play during the game where Elic was that guy that had to chip him and give him a great chip, so it helped out the tackles. But just everybody involved did a nice job of neutralizing him. We limited his production.
What'd you think of your defense's performance? A lot of hits on their quarterback, Shedeur Sanders. Jeffrey Simmons sets a career high, which is saying a lot because of how great of a player he is, with 11 quarterback pressures in the game.
Well, I think the defensive staff did a great job of putting a game plan together and designing the pressures, the pick games, and all those things. But once again, Jeff dominated the front. And that's what he's done week in and week out this season. And then everybody else had their opportunities. And I think it was a fun ride home, but there was a number of sacks we left out that we should have got.
Shout out, too, to James Williams Sr., who blocked a punt, first Titans punt block since 2012. A great performance in every single phase.